It's OG Red Dog spitting some game. But before I start spitting game, I want to get in here and talk a little bit about what the hell is going on around us. You know, I was born in 1965. That's right, quite a while ago. And here it is, 2025. So calculate. That's right, 60 years ago. More than half a century, 60 years. More than half a century ago. And I was born in 1965, which was only 100 years after 1865, which was the end of the Civil War. Which means that I personally have witnessed quite a bit of cultural change and socio maturation happening in the United States in my own lifetime. It only took 3 generations to bring me from how you doing? From James Stephen Lockett, the owner of Lockett House, where the Civil War of the United States ended. Can I have a wolf, large wolf, please? To the time that I was born. And it's been half a century, more than half a century since then. More than half the amount of time that it took since slavery ended in the United States to me being born has passed since I have been born. People don't understand that. These are significant changes to observe. To my MAGA friends, make America great again. Well, yeah, in some instances, in some cases, America was great because my parents bought the home that I grew up in on the gold standard, and that meant that prices were consistent for very many years. It was tied to the value of gold, and therefore the option of going to the bank to borrow was literally optional because you didn't have to do that, because you could save over an amount of time, and the price of things were relatively consistent over time, and so things are just very different. People were more personally empowered without having to go to the banks to borrow what they needed to buy the things that they needed. But other than going from a Austrian to a Keynesian economy, we're also experiencing the laxing of our social and moral values. Now, when I went into basic training in 1983, I and my fellow inductees into the military were proud of the fact that we were from a first world country. My wolf? Yes. Thank you. And that we were lazy slobs at 18 years old who went to basic training. And we were lowly maggots. And dare I say faggots. Back then, you know, these type of slurs were they actually has teeth in them. Thank you. So those were the good old days where you could actually call someone these types of things and it actually has some strength to it. But we were proud of the fact that it took us till 18 years old to have military discipline instilled in us, and that other children around the world were being exposed to having to farm the fields and or fight wars, hold weapons at the tender age of 11, 12, 13 years old. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
And And we had to wait until we were 18 years old to be yelled at by some redneck drill instructor in order to be whipped into men in the military environment. And that's the hallmark of being in a first world culture, right? That our kids don't ever have to grow up. They can be juvenile, they can play video games, they can grow long hair, they can be big fat slobs, they can sleep until afternoon at mom's house. And they don't really ever have to grow up until such time as they have chosen to embrace a military lifestyle or to embrace a lifestyle that requires them to have a greater level of maturity. And this is part of being in a first world country. This is part of being an American, because our ancestors have fought hard enough to build and establish a world within which our children don't ever have to really grow up. But now it's gone too damn far. Not only do our children not have to grow up at a certain age in life, but they're also slobs. They're big, fat, lazy slobs. And I gotta say it, man. I mean, we've failed our children. We've spoiled our children by not only allowing them, but encouraging them to be big, fat, lazy slobs. That's the truth, man. And the deterioration of America is going to come from that deterioration of our moral fiber. And it hurts me to say this, because this was a sign of our success, right? That our kids didn't have to grow up, that other kids were farming and fighting and doing all of these other things that really should be left for adults all over the world, and our American kids don't have to. But now our American kids are spoiled. They are big, fat, lazy slobs. Okay? Look around you. How you doing, man? He's riding his bike, and he's a big, fat, lazy slob. And it took me 4 months of running every day for me to stop being a big, fat, lazy slob. We are a country of big, fat, lazy slobs, and we have to pay attention to that. We have to recognize that as Americans. This is OG Red Dog talking to y'all, all right? And this shit has gone too far. I'm seriously disappointed in all of us, including myself. I mean, I want to go talk to that chick over there across the street, right? But she's too fat. And I hope she heard me said that. She's too fat. Okay? This is ridiculous. But I hear some jazz music playing across the street. I'm probably going to go across the street and talk to some of the fat chicks in that bar. But our society has gone on the decline, and I'm tired of seeing it. And I just want to tell you guys that. Alright, this is OG Red Dog. That's right, Black Jungle Stone. And I'm right here in the center of Upland, California. And I just gotta tell y'all, I am not at all satisfied with what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm just saying that because I lost 30 pounds in the last 4 months being stoic and running and working out and swimming with the peak performance protocol. That might be it. And I don't want to be unjustly judgmental. But we got to do better, people. We got to do better, people. All right? Americans, we got to do better. Fat is not cute. And I'm not about to start pretending that fat is cute. It's hard to say that with a dude walking by with his fat girlfriend. But I'm just letting y'all know, fat is not cute. And if anybody tried to pretend that fat was cute, they were lying. Fat is not cute. Stay kind, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay healthy. I'm out of here.